like that, Voch. You're gonna produce.
Shit.
Yo, yo.
I gotta hit that button. Bam, bam. There we go. What's good, bro?
Hey, I'm gonna say this, man. If you can get Voch Lombardi to produce on your channel, you must be that guy. I must be that guy. Voch, what's going on, homie?
Wait, hold on, time out. That's us on YouTube. All right, cool. We good. We straight. All right, man. We good to go, man. Shit, everything cool. You know what I mean? Ain't
Hey,
nothing.
you're still flourishing, brother. What you doing over there, dog? God.
I'm drinking water, sitting in the sauna, and I'm punching a punching bag, and I'm kicking it sometimes.
Let me ask you this before we got a little time. I mean, it's the Cardinals. We ain't gonna disrespect the Cardinals, but we're gonna get into some life. Voch, is that bag work? That's tough cardio, right?
It's tough cardio work, man. You know, I've been a football player my whole life. I did it for like 7 years. And you know, I'm used to like running, like, you know, I run up hills, you know, you may run gases or something like that, you run bleachers, but you know, at some point muscle memory kicks in and running is like less tiresome to you. So I'm actually a big dude that can run. But when you do something totally different cardio wise, your body panics a little bit,
goes into shock. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So like I like first doing it, like I realized I wasn't as strong as I thought I was. It was part of my body that was hurting that I just wasn't using, you know what I'm saying? And now it's like a full body conditioning, you know what I'm saying? Not just running, but like your core gets strong and your arms, you know, get a little light, your legs and your calves get big. You know what I'm saying? Kickboxing, Muay Thai, and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different kind of tired, man. But you know, it's all good. It's working out. And I drink 2 of these a day. That's a gallon.
Bro, if ain't nobody gonna tell you I'm into this self-love, I'm gonna talk my brothers up, my kings up. Voch, you looking good, bro. Voch,
appreciate you, bro.
We are playing good football. I haven't got your recap of our game versus the Jets on this channel. I jumped on with you after the game, and obviously your stream is just going crazy. It's so crazy that when I watched the game, I actually got you on the background. So like that's just what type of time you on with your stream. If anybody doesn't know, Voch streams during the game. It's an outstanding stream. So I'd be kind of leery of some of those because like some of those folks is kind of like, but you really do a good job with it, man, and keeping everybody locked in. Voch, just where are you at with this team 2 weeks in? Just give me what do you feel like if you could recap right now, 2 weeks in the season, where are you at?
Me and Will still had this conversation with, and we was talking about the idea of how dialed in this squad is.
Correct.
And when you have leadership from 11, 4, 90, and 1, it's gonna be hard for this team to just nosedive. You understand? Because these are all dudes. I mean, we're a young team, but we're a veteran team, Fuster King. We are a team that's been to the playoffs 2 years in a row, and we got whooped by the same team. And I think that leadership spread amongst this team keeps us focused, right? Like, hey, we need to get the number 1 seed so we can get home playoff games, so we can see San Fran, so we can get over the divisional round, so we can go to the Super Bowl and win it. I'm sure that's what the roadmap leadership is talking about, Fuster King. And how I feel that this team works in that way, they've put that on the field for the past 2 weeks, right? There was no messing around with the Giants. The Giants got smoked, Foots. There was no messing around with the New York Jets. The Jets got smoked, Foots. Dan Quinn said this. If you listen to the coaches' press conference, they come out
really good stuff. Really, him and Schottenheimer.
Schottenheimer's great.
Yeah.
Dan Quinn said, "Hey man, our guys got an attitude at the end of the half when Zach Wilson threw the long pass to
that was very telling. Yes,
it wasn't even a long pass. It was 10 yards and yak. Garrett Wilson just amazing, right? Dan Quinn says we're whooping Foots. We're whooping the Jets. And Dan said the boys was mad that they was mad going to the half. There was no forecasting. There was no inclination that the Jets had any chance of beating us, Fuster King. At no point. Even that touchdown felt fluky and our fault.
Yeah.
And you know what our Cowboys could have did, Fuster King? They could have said, oh, well, we're just going to continue to not take the Jets seriously. And the Jets could have worked themselves into the game. But they didn't do that, Fuss. They kept the intensity up, and they finished. They Finish from rooter to tutor. That's top to bottom, Fuster King. From rooter to bottom to top. From rooter to tutor, from root to top. Rooter to tutor, Fuster King. They finished the game. They didn't even cross the 40 after that, Fuster King.
Yeah.
So this team is focused. This defense is set on whooping folk.
Yeah.
And this offense is I don't care about numbers no more, Foots. I don't care that Tony didn't rush for 100. I don't care that Dak didn't throw for 3. I don't care that Gallup didn't get involved. I don't care about nobody money. We're efficient, Fuster King. I don't care if we got 2,000-yard rushes. Rico Dowdle could hit 600 if we're efficient. It matters. Yeah. I don't care what Jalen Tolbert does. If he gets in the game and he gets 4 opportunities, 3 of them is a first down and 1 of them is a pass interference, that's a good day. Mm-hmm. Deuce Vaughn gets in the game, get you 2 first downs. That's a good day, Fuster King. My offense is as efficient as it's ever been. And the national media is going to say, oh, well, the Cowboys are holding Dak Prescott's hand. You know what I said? Just it. That's how I feel, Fuster King. Because if holding hands get me what just happened the past 2 weeks, the rest of the year, you can hold my hand all next year and the year after that, Fuster King, if I'm just keeping it real with your workout. Keeping the buck with you. And you got a player in football on your team, not just D-line, not just defense. People are going to say Voch is being hyperbolic. People are going to say Voch is exaggerating. People are going to say Voch is being a homer. If you say Pat Mahomes, he's pass rushing better than Pat Mahomes playing quarterback. You can't say pick a guy, pick Josh Allen, pick whoever could be, pick Justin Jefferson. He's playing pass rush better than Justin Jefferson's playing wide receiver. Pick a guy.
Yeah, no, Come on, Voch. I couldn't stop you doing that because that was outstanding work. To me, the only thing that I could follow up with was when you hear Schottenheimer on the sideline, and then in the press conference, these guys made sure that this offense knew exactly what they were doing. And it was apparent that last year, while guys were doing things, I'm not sure that they knew exactly what they were doing.
No way.
You get what I'm saying to you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that they knew exactly what they were doing, Voch, and it shows. And the way that they're playing is sharp. And I appreciated Dak saying, man, stop playing with me, y'all. Yeah. What about the week before? What about the year before? The year before that. Mm-hmm. And the year before that. Like, Dak's never been a high interception volume guy.
Dak was safe with the football when he was just telling people run downfield and we'll just figure it out. Now we got structure. Dak ain't finna throw a whole bunch of picks this year.
Yeah, so and I appreciate that because I want to see that, Dak. Like, you are that guy. And when you look at the quarterback play around the league, Dak is that guy. And some of what we talked about, guys kind of taking a step back.
Sure.
Guys kind of may not be who the world made them to be, but hey, at the end of the day,
no matter.
Like, I just want you guys to understand these types of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we told y'all this offseason, hey, it's gonna be defense. Hey, it's gonna be what's up, family? Everybody in the chat. It's gonna be efficiency, and now you see it. Yeah. It's like it's hitting, and get ready for every week. There's gonna be a goalpost move. Oh, the Jets aren't good. Oh, the Cardinals aren't good. Oh, the Giants aren't good. Oh, so it's going to be now we got to wait to find a team who could beat Dallas. When you're going to be hard pressed to find a roster that's built this well. When you open up as a 12-point favorite in the NFL.
Yeah.
For all my people that bet, that just goes to show you just how good this team is.
And that's something else too, though, Foots. Like people are still. Even in whooping somebody, they're underestimating you. Because think about this, when they go, oh, well, that's the Giants. You're supposed to beat the Giants. Well, that's still an NFL team. And even the worst of NFL teams lose by 7. You know what I mean? They may lose by 10. We got a 60-point differential, man. 60. And one of them has an elite defense. The other's a damn playoff team.
Yeah, that to me, people. Yeah, because listen, Daniel Jones threw for 300 yards, against the Cardinals. He couldn't have completed a pass against the Cowboys. It's really different. And we try to tell y'all, and this is why you draft and develop. This is why. Because now, Did anybody even remember that Donovan Wilson was injured? And that's not to say that Donovan Wilson isn't a great player. But Voch, did you go to sleep at night saying we can't win this game because of Donovan Wilson?
No. I didn't
And
think
that's a testament to this front office, Voch.
it's a testament. Foots, watch this, Foots. Hold on, time out. So I'm just pulling up random numbers, right? The Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens is a good team, right? Foots the King. They're a playoff team, correct? The Houston Texans might be one of the worst teams in football, right? So if I told you the Ravens beat the Texans, you'll say, all right, they supposed to beat the Texans. The score was 25-9. That's 16 points. That's 2 possessions, Foster King. You see what I'm saying? Even the best of teams versus the worst of teams, not getting smoked by 40, not getting smoked by 30. You understand?
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm gonna leave it here, Voch, and then we'll go to AZ. I'm gonna say this, and I want you guys can. This is one for free. Everybody in the chat box. Don't look at what we do and think that other teams are gonna be able to look the same way. They don't have Micah Parsons on one side, DeMarcus Lawrence still playing outstanding football on another, and then you can bring in another wave of pass rushers. Like when you hear Dan Quinn say they're fighting to get on the field, that's a different level, dog. When you can go Fowler, Dorrance, when you can go Osa getting sacks, teams don't have that depth. So
Chauncey
don't look
get
at
busy.
how we look. Chauncey
gets busy.
It's like you could literally on our rushes, you could literally call holding about 75% of the time. Yeah, I'm like it's like so. Don't look at how we play teams and what we're able to do and think that other teams are going to make them. I'm telling you now, the Jets are a good team. The Jets are going to beat a lot of teams. They can stop the run with 4. They can do so many things. It's just like Mike McCarthy's so dialed in, and they kind of knew game plan wise, like, hey, it may not be a smart idea to try to press in the red zone because the Jets have a really good red zone defense. It's okay to take 3 here. I'm good with 3. You get to get a good look at Aubrey. It's running against a brick wall against Quentin Williams and those guys. The Jets are going to beat a lot of people based on the way they play defense, and we just put up 30 on them.
They were better than I thought they were going to be, and that's all based on them playing us. You know, like it's hard to get a good look at a defense when Josh Allen throwing the ball right to him 3 times. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
But when I saw what the Cowboys were doing, the Cowboys were being efficient. The Cowboys were being balanced. The Cowboys were throwing and running the football. Even with that, Buffalo wasn't letting you in the you know what I'm saying? They wasn't letting you score easily. They weren't letting you drive easily. You had to earn running the ball. And even Dak had to speed his clock up to get rid of the football. The Cowboys went crazy on the Jets a little bit, but them making it look easy make people kind of poo-poo on the Jets a bit. I got more respect for the Jets, actually, because there were times where that D line, we didn't have an answer for them, Foots. Yeah. So people saying that they was wrong about the Jets, I just think you were wrong about the not you, Foots the King, but like them, you was just wrong about the Cowboys because the Jets didn't fall off. The Jets aren't bad. The Jets didn't have a bad game. People say the Jets didn't show up. They was there like a mother, like they was there. we did our part.
Good, yeah. It's just different. And I wanted to get to this. I'm glad I didn't forget.
Sure.
Voch, I owe you an apology. I was big Tyler Smith tackle guy, and I will say that I still think that may be his position. But I can honestly say what we've seen from Tyron Smith has been really, really good these 2 weeks. Now, knock on wood, I'm not even going to say it.
Code 77. I've been calling Code 77, Foots the King. That's what I've been calling.
It's only 2 weeks, but he looks like I don't know if he did some things to his body. I don't know if he's trying to get an incentive. I don't know what's going on, but Tyler looks good.
He ain't done nothing different. We just lucky, Foots. We lucky. Hey, I asked Scott this earlier. Think about how basketball players do it, right? Do you think we should do some type of load management for Tyron Smith? We don't need him this week.
I think you're doing load management right now.
We don't need
these guys
practicing short. And, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
especially Cook. But dog, we don't need Tyron Smith this week. Like we can get Cooks and Tyler involved just to get them some reps, get them, just to get them back on their feet. But Tyron ain't got to practice. He ain't even got to play. I've seen Tyron miss a half season, come back and be fine. I'm not playing him versus Arizona Cardinals. We don't need him. And this will be a good time to get Austin Richards going.
Get Austin Richards some reps, get Bass some work. Both of those guys. I like, man, Bass came in and held his own.
Bass
like Yeah, basket play. I don't know if you've done film on that, Voch, but he looks good.
Of course, I've done film on TJ. I gotta look. I saved a play. I saved a timestamp of TJ Bass blocking Quentin Williams by himself just in case I got to fight in the streets. Come on, you know me, man.
You got to fight somebody, Voch. And I think, again, another hit. Like, it's getting kind of scary just how well this team drafts, how well this team builds. So, Voch, let's talk about a team that clearly hasn't done it quite as well as the Cowboys, the Arizona Cardinals. Voch, I'm really not going to give them 2 shows. So I kind of want to hit like everything conclusion wise. To me, what it looks like with the Cardinals is they're tanking. And it's kind of hard to do an NFL tank, but if you do it in certain ways, you can kind of do it. Josh Dobbs leading anybody at quarterback just isn't going to be good enough. We'll see if throughout the year they give Clayton Tune an opportunity. I like James Conner. I'm okay on Rondale Moore. I'm okay on Marquise Brown. He kind of faded out in Baltimore. Wasn't what he was supposed to be. Michael Wilson is a good young player. Other than that, guys like Will Hernandez, Paris Johnson actually hasn't been a bad rookie for them, but it's going to be tough sledding going up against, just not enough going up against Micah and DeMarcus Lawrence. You're going up against peanut butter guys. Voch, when you talk about this offense, is there anything that scares you on the Arizona Cardinals? If not, if that's your answer, it is what it is.
It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No.
I'm letting the whole thing play for it.
It's totally
do it. You producing.
It's fiction. It's fiction. We made it up. We made this one up.
No, sir.
It's a made-up tale. It's a total fabrication.
Fabrication.
It never happened. It never happened.
No.
This one was invented by a writer.
It's invented.
Not this time. It never happened. It's false.
False.
It never happened.
No.
It's a fake. It's fiction.
A fake, Foots.
It's an urban legend that never happened.
It's an urban legend that never happened.
We got you. Not a chance. Not this time. It never happened. It never happened. We made this one.
This time. We made this one.
We made up.
I'm playing the whole thing, Foot.
We made it up.
Let it go.
Wrong. Not this time. Not this time.
That boy said wrong.
You're wrong. Not this time.
Look, Foot. How many more I got? Okay, that's it. Yo, Foot. Listen, dog. They ain't got nothing for us, bro.
Yeah.
They ain't got nothing for us. This ain't us versus Cardinals. This is us versus our last performance, bro.
Yeah.
That's all this is. This is us getting in, staying healthy, playing an incredible half of football. Cooper Rush playing the second half. Yeah. Marquise Bell playing a lot. Wanye playing a lot at the end.
Yeah.
Awesome Riches, TJ Bass getting a gang of reps.
Rico,
you know what I'm saying? Let's see what Jalen Tolbert playing X right now. You know what I mean? Something like that. This is a good game to get Michael Gallup some type of momentum.
Get him. I can see them pressing the ball to Mike early.
Deuce Vaughn's here to get about 10 carries for us today.
Yeah, that's run defense.
You know what I mean? Throw the ball to Licky. See how he look catching the ball. And most importantly, 2 more things, Foots. This is for us to put things on film to set it up for later.
Yeah.
And at the end of the year, when it's time to talk about who's going to get that bye week, that number 1 seed, we need another win versus a conference opponent.
Yeah.
That's all this is.
Yeah.
This ain't even nothing. We ain't got nothing to talk about.
This is false. There is nothing. We made it all up.
It's false. No way. Not this time.
I love that drop. That's my.
But why Josh Dobbs though, Voch? Like he's a backup. The guy, a really smart guy.
Yeah. I think if anything,
they cut Colt McCoy. That's ouch.
I think Arizona's gonna be like a baby Philly, like a Dollar General Philly.
Yeah.
Dollar Tree Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? I watched the Cardinals. I actually like what they do schematically on offense. Mm-hmm. Schematically, it's quarterback friendly. They get rid of the football. One read, wide open. If it ain't there, go run. Just Don DeMarco. And Josh Dobbs did that. The Giants have a terrible defense. The Cowboys don't have one of those. It's gonna be tough for Josh Dobbs to just come out and do that. But I think it'll be good practice. I look at their defense. Foots, we can name a couple. Me and you can name a couple people on that defense because we draft
guys. Yeah,
we draft guys. Cam Thomas from San Diego State is there.
Yeah.
Jonathan Ledbetter from Georgia.
Yeah.
Lakey Fotu from one of the Pac-12 schools. I forgot. I think it's like Stanford or something.
Stanford, UCLA, one, yeah.
Washington or something. One of them Pac-12 schools. We know a handful of the guys. Kazir White's a linebacker from Philly, but Kazir White, in context of that Philly defense, is better because it's more dudes. But Kazir White, when Kazir White's the best player on your defense, dog.
Yeah, when he's the name, that ain't good.
Zaven Collins had from Tulsa. He ain't even been working out at linebacker good. They got him as a full-time pass rusher now.
Yeah, that's a, and you know, again, it just, you look at Isaiah Simmons now, Zaven Collins. Certain teams may draft guys, but don't have a plan of development. That's something that we've talked about for a long time, Mr. Voch Lombardi. And I guess we'll go ahead and segue to that defense because I think it'll just be slow. Jason Garrett led teams, you worry about, a letdown or the game being closer than what it needs to be. Mike is clearly has this team focused. Hey, we got 300 people in here. Make sure you guys smash the like button. Send this around. Voch is really the GOAT, and I appreciate him. And we've turned this into a thing, and I just appreciate him for using and excuse me for giving me his time. Voch, the offense, you hit it on the head. It's going to be slow because they don't have a guy really on either level, and you just play Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook. I mean, it's just going to be slow. Let's talk about this defense, Voch, and we'll wrap up. I mean, because James Conner is at running back saying enough. Okay, so Ledbetter, you talked about it. The one guy who has been okay was Ledbetter. He had the sack. I think he had a few sacks. Buda Baker, I saw, isn't even playing.
There's a character whose last name started with a G, is like Goretto or something or whatever. The linebacker, he's like one of their backup guys or something like that. He got 3 sacks.
Yeah, that's who it is. I'm sorry, it wasn't. It's Dennis. Dennis Gardeck. Yeah, he's Gardeck. Been like
he's
so
been
it wasn't Ledbetter. Excuse me. Yeah, he's been
their guy. Ledbetter, not good. Carlos Watkins, who's one of their better guys, which is crazy. He can't even make this team, but he's not
it's
playing.
Crazy.
And Lakey Fotu is also not playing. Buda Baker's not playing. Carlos Watkins not playing. So I don't know what they got for us.
BJ Ojolari buried on the
BJ Ojolari can't see nobody. That's strange.
That's strange to us, Voch.
Hey, look, First King, before we get going, I don't want you to lose your money here. You got about 4 super chats. Go ahead and read them. I'm down here parlaying with the chat, man. I see them in
Hey, I want to shout out to everybody who's been in the super chat. Support New Cowboys Media. Yes, this is New Cowboys Media. And if you've been with us for a long time, you know that we kind of setting the standard. And y'all want the round table, you got to talk to this man because he is the boss. When Voch wants to do it, y'all, it'll be that much greater. We're trying to go for like 14K on that thing when we go. It's all about timing, right? It wouldn't be the round table if we did it so much. So we got to make sure. Yo, Josh, I just got here, but it feels like there. Oh, this is a good one. We'll hit this one at the end, Josh. After we touch on their defense. I just got here, but it feels like there is way more than 30% different about our offense. Mike McCarthy said it's about 30% different, but it feels like 80. I have a theory on that, Josh, so stay right there. And then Sports Junkie, we're going to smash the Cardinals. I live in AZ, and this is their Super Bowl. We're everybody's Super Bowl, and I think Mike knows that, and our players know that. So they will play us hard in the first quarter, and they might. I mean, it's the NFL, but as the game goes on, I think you're spot on, Sports Junkie. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. April, I saw I saw my girls in here. Where they at? They were up here earlier.
While you looking, shouts out to the Lunatic. He just dropped 5 in the Cash App there, man. Appreciate you, man. Pito Pinche Cowboys, huh?
Yeah, man. Shout out to my B Words Love. Where they at?
Bitches Love Sports.
Yeah, there they go. They in here somewhere, man. Shout out to y'all.
That's
the name. Yeah. Hey, Bitches Love Sports. We love y'all.
It's the name. Come on.
Dom DeMarco. I think too I might be in here somewhere. But shout out to everybody that's in the chat box. All right, Voch, let's get back to it.
Yes, sir.
Anybody on this defense scare you?
No, man. Okay. You know, they have an assortment of characters, and just keeping it a buck with you for the defense that we just went against. At every single level of it is better than this defense that we run across right now. So I don't think they're gonna have anything for us, sir. We just gotta roll in and take care of business.
Yeah, man. And you know it really hurts me, Voch, because even I'm a transparent moment. I want to beat the hell out of the Niners. I just don't want to look too far. I was watching them today.
Yeah.
Dog, they struggled with the Rams, dog.
Sure.
Voch, they struggled.
Sure.
Like, they were a tip pass from the young running back away from going down 2 touchdowns.
Sure. You ain't saying no wrong. Foots. So for some reason,
I'm not looking forward, Voch. I'm just saying, bro.
To me, it's Cowboys and Niners. For some reason, national media wants to include Philly. For some reason, they want to make the Rams right up under there. They want to say the Rams looking good. I'm not here for that little nonsense. It's us and 49ers. Week 5 is going to be the preliminary test or whatever. I would love to get that 1 seed. That's an important one when it comes to common opponents. When we go against the 49ers, I would love to get that 1 seed and we'll get to the playoffs. I would love for our final battle to be at the house. But this first, I think we can smoke them dudes. Dan Quinn dialed in on Shanahan. Dan Quinn's dialed in. He know what to do with Shanahan and Purdy. And this was all about Foots. I did this, right? Humor me this. If you had to guess, how many catches did Cedric Wilson get last week?
Miami. If I had to guess, I would say 3.
Citro. How many catches did Noah Brown get last week?
Well, that's 0.
Citro. How many catches did T.Y. Hilton get last week?
0.
Dennis Houston.
The answer is no.
No, but Flister King. This is insulting shit. CJ Stroud threw for 384 yards.
Yeah.
Noah Brown didn't get a catch. If you had to guess how many catches Dalton Schultz got.
3.
He was 4 for 34 yards, Flister King.
And
a day when CJ Stroud threw for 384. That's what we rolled into the best defense in the league last year, Flister King. That's what we rolled into the San Francisco fight last year.
Ooh, Voch in his bag, y'all.
Ezekiel Elliott had 6 carries for 15 yards, sir.
Yeah, that's tough.
And that's what we carried into the playoffs at their house versus the number 1 defense. Tampa Bay ought to be ashamed of themselves what we did to them last year with the guys that we got.
And then again, against the Jets defense, you had 10 people touch the ball this week. Was it 10 or was it 8?
It's not gonna be the same, Foots.
Yeah, it's not. You just got more juice over here, bro.
This ain't gonna be the same, bro.
What they say, Voch? This ain't that.
It ain't. It's not.
This ain't that, y'all. Damn, Voch, that was
not this time.
It's a made-up tale. We created it.
Let me say this to put a cap on this one, guys. Because honestly, one thing me and Voch can't do is fluff y'all. No. The only way that Arizona even looks formidable is if there's some type of crazy catastrophe, some type of injury, somebody don't make the bus. But the truth of the matter is, believe it or not, in the NFL, teams can pull away franchise and organizationally wise. Like, that's a real thing. That started when the Cowboys drafted Zach Martin. I did the research. Voch, I went all the way back to that draft. The Dallas Cowboys put a plan when they walked that black man through the door named Will McClay. I gotta say black man because a lot of our brothers don't get the respect they deserve in the scouting community. So while everybody was screaming, free agency and you got to do this and you got to get this and you got to get that. Well, what Will McClay did was say, hey, let's put a plan together. Let's find out how we can marry what the coaches want to how we draft. And then now we depend so much on our draft while other teams just can't figure out that part. And now these guys play year 1. Year 2, Bell is a bell cow. Year 2, Rico Dowdle looks like he has more pop than Zeke had in 3-4 years.
It is so hilarious, Foots, that.
Come on now.
Oh, and look, for how many tackles Anthony Barr got? Anthony Barr, how many tackles he got last week?
Come on now.
He ain't around. We were worried about the linebacker position, of course, right? Like we just was just worried about it. Dog, Wanye and Marquise Bell and Damone and Van Der Esch are just a breath of fresh air at the linebacker spot, bro. A breath of now, of course, Marquise and Wanye do safety / linebacker things, but they're part of the linebacker core in theory. Foots, there's not even we go into these games, Foots. Shouts out to One-Handed Bandit. Niners
shout out to you for that super chat, big dog. Thank you.
Listen, Foot, there's times I go into the game. I watch the film because that's just what I do. And I play a game called Find the Scrub.
That's it. Oh, can everybody do the hashtag? We started on Twitter, Voch. We got to come through stronger.
Appreciate you. So, for example, right? Arizona.
Hashtag find a scrub, chat box, please, and thank you.
Arizona. They got a nickel corner that I ain't never heard of before that got to go against CeeDee Lamb. They got a left guard Wilkinson. We're going to smoke shot at him. And besides Hollywood Brown, their wide receivers are not inspiring. That's my idea. That is finding the scrub. Where's the scrub on either side of the Cowboys, offense or defense?
Can't find it. It's going to be slow. It's going to be slow. And Voch, you know what's scary, bro? You put up 30 and 40 points without Tyler Smith or without Donovan Wilson, bro. Without Brandon Cooks. Dak's second game in the offense. Quit playing so much, chat box. We can't make up fluff. We're not going to make up fluff. Voch, where can these people find you at, man? We going to call it a day. Like, we're not going to make up fluff. Where can these people find you at, Mr. Voch Lombardi?
VOCHLOMBARDI on the volume. Appreciate it. Or with Foots the King. Doing something. Somewhere. Appreciate you, dog. Salute.
Hey, shout out to you. Let me pay some bills real quick, Voch, and then we'll get out. For all of your healthcare needs, guys, I've been plugging it for a while. This is one of our dynamic sponsors, therealinsurancalady.com. I'll make sure that I put the information in the description box. You guys might even see me doing some work with Voch here in a second. You may not. You may. You just never know. Guys, make sure that you guys check them out, The Real Insurance Lady. They can set you up really quick. It's not hard to find. Go to the website, show them love. Hey, tell them I sent you. That'll help me out a lot. Voch, it's been a pleasure having you on the channel. I can't wait for us to really get. Oh, we got another super chat, so we got to hit it. Like Voch said, we definitely need to make sure that we lock in with everybody who's locking in with us. So, Foots, you may have put a name tag on for Voch. If he called, you will. If he called, will you ever again? Yes. Voch,
what is that?
Make sure. So what happened was I had people hit me up. Voch is calling you, Foots. Voch is calling you, Foots. Voch is calling you, Foots.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, oh, yeah, I got to make sure. So now what happens is when I'm watching the game, my joint is on Do Not Disturb. I'm locked in. But when Voch calls, he's in my favorite. Let me add him to my favorites right now. When Voch calls, I answer. When he calls, I answer.
Fuzz, what he's saying is that one time I called you Will Still, I made a mistake. But this is an ongoing joke because there's this lady that works at the volume, Liv Moves. Liv's is great. Plus I to Liv. But I was talking to her and I called her Will Still one time, right? Listen, chat, y'all gotta understand, I'm tired. I've been up since 5:30. I've done 4 shows in a row.
Man, let me tell y'all something, bro. He works and cutting up film. Y'all don't know how tedious, how hard that is. So we're going to let him go. Voch, thank you so much. It's 300 people in here. Make sure that y'all pound the like button. It's your boy Foots as always. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Peace.